Hello, hello. Good evening. Hopefully everyone is well. Hello, hello. How is everyone doing? How's everyone's Monday? Let me know if you can hear me, if you can hear the music. Let me know. I would say Coach of the Year just yet. But let me know if you can hear me. Let me know how your Monday is going, how your weekend went. Make sure you share the live. I am doing that as we speak. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you. Let me know how your Monday went. My weekend was a little busy. But, oh, perfect. Thank you. Thank you. My weekend was good. It was good. Had a lot to do, but I got through it. Actually, today's Tuesday. Oh my goodness. Happy Tuesday. Yeah, see, I'm so used to doing this Mondays. Forgot I was doing it on an off day. So, I apologize. How was everyone's Tuesday? Let me re-ask that. Just waiting for a few more people to join us. Hello, Rohan. We're quiet today. How's everyone doing? Waiting for more people to join us right now. Until then, we can just have a conversation, catch up. Hello, good evening, happy Tuesday. Hello. Just waiting for more people to join us. Until then, happy Tuesday. How'd your Tuesday go? How's your week going so far? How was your weekend since I didn't come on Monday? A bit more time. Barbecue while listening. Nice. I love that. It is a nice day here in Edmonton. Well, in Alberta as a whole. So we're taking full advantage. For those that live in Alberta, Shaw wants to know what you're cooking us. I do agree. What are you barbecuing right now? And I hope you brought a plate. Enough plates for all of us that are going to be on the live tonight. Chicken and pork. Okay. waiting for some more people to join us. Nice, in Seattle, that's amazing. Greg, don't wish that. It's not going to snow, even though it says it's going to snow on Thursday. It's not going to. Don't wish that. Why would you say that? That's not cool. Not cool. Okay? Just saying. So, before I think we can get started. So, hello, good evening, good afternoon, good morning. Welcome to All Things Pan. I am your host, Danielle George. For those that are new on this channel, we talk to panists, arrangers, tuners, builders, pan enthusiasts about all things pan. Before we get started, don't want to forget, we are sponsored by Pantastics 868. They have everything from tenor sticks to bass sticks. If you live in North America, message me and I will try my best to get them to you. I already sent like a bunch already. So if you live anywhere else, message Pantastics 868. I tag them and pin them at the bottom of the screen. So, I mean, these are amazing sticks. I was their guinea pig and I've been using them ever since. They're very light. We do have some heavy versions, but make sure you check them out. So tonight, if you guys didn't know, we have an amazing person on here. Hold on. For some reason, I may have to go and come out because it's not working. I'm just going to give it a moment here and see if I can get this working. Hello, hello. Oh, gotta love technology, hey? All right, let's see. Let's see here. Hello, hello. Perfect. Hello, sir.
Hi, good night.
Good night, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, all the things.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Amazing, Mike.
Good. I see you wearing Argentina because they made World Cup.
Yeah. Before I came on the chat, I was watching the game between Argentina and Brazil, but right now Argentina is leading 2-1. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm in a good spirit.
Good, good,
And I'm drinking a
good.
good spirit.
Love that. It's even better.
Yeah,
So, Mr.
yeah.
Duvone, for those that have been living under a rock and do not know who you are, do you want to give them like a little snippet of all the things that you do? Just a small snippet.
Um,
Just a small.
a small snippet.
Yeah.
Okay, my name is Stewart. I am a steel pan player, arranger, composer, musical director, clinician, recording artist, you name it. Things
Everything.
that you expect from individual in the steel pan fraternity and music by extension. I am one of the individuals that God has blessed with a gift to do just what I am doing in my space. I've been doing this craft for like approximately 41 years, coming from the Twin Island state of Trinidad and Tobago, where this instrument was invented, created, and I'm just doing what is best for me, to bring music to light, to enjoy the moment that whatever gift that God has placed in me to do what I'm doing presently, to showcase it with my genuine contribution to everybody to receive at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Being flamboyant and successful in many aspects, locally, regionally, and internationally. And I am very, very thankful and grateful for the individuals that played a very, very integral part in my life in being what I am today as a steel pan individual within the fraternity, so that we could grow together, we could bond together, and we could bring good music and good ideologies and concepts to people that do not really know what we do behind
Right.
the doors of the normal, and also. But I'm very, very thankful and grateful for what I'm doing. You know, I'm a champion single pan arranger. I'm a champion small band arranger. I'm a champion medium band arranger, champion large band arranger in Trinidad. I'm a champion arranger in St. Vincent. I'm a champion arranger in New York. Also a champion arranger in 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 the UK. The only place I've never really ventured to take my talents and give my contributions to is Miami. I haven't been contacted by anybody in Miami to work with anybody in Miami, and
I'm sure it's coming.
I had a couple stints in Canada. Was never successful. I had opportunities to work with the Brampton Golden Harps, led by Mr. Ed Peters. The highest I came in Canada was second. Big up to Salah Wilson at the point in time was dominating, but I left and I took my talents to the UK, and their Pan Fantasy came on the scene and still on the scene being successful at the A.
Yeah.
But really, really grateful and thankful for being what I am and what I do with my craft. You know, so
So
that's a little snippet of
a little snippet, a little snippet.
but if you want me to go on more, I could go on more. You know, so it is what it is.
That's all people need. Just a little snippet. If they want to know more, they can Google you.
Yeah, if they want to know more, they could Google the eye and see what the eye do and how the
Exactly.
eye does progress. Yeah.
Exactly. So I just want to say,
Yes,
first and foremost, I had the great opportunity of meeting you in person finally. We had an amazing
finally,
conversation. Yeah,
we got to meet in person. That was great,
yeah.
man.
I enjoyed our little conversation for sure, and meeting you in
Yes, I.
person.
Yes, I.
So before we get started, if anyone that is watching has any questions for you, please put it in the question bubble below. So he can't go anywhere for a bit.
Somebody
So
could they want to know more. Ask the
no,
questions if you want to know what do you want
ask
to know about
questions.
Duvone
Ask
Stewart.
questions.
You could get to know. But yeah, ask the questions, man. I'm here.
Exactly.
I'm open. I had a long time to recalibrate and to enjoy the moment that I'm rested and
Mhm.
put it everything to shape to recalibrate to go forward for the rest of the year. You know, so I'm
Yeah.
good. I'm good.
Good. So let's just get started. Panorama literally just happened. So what has
Hmm.
been the most challenging panorama arrangement that you've done, and if so, why?
None hasn't been
Not
challenging. None hasn't been
okay.
challenging for me. Why
Okay.
I would say none has been challenging for me because in the moment of doing a panorama arrangement, this is just my opinion, right? You know,
Yeah.
by doing a panorama arrangement, you know, it just whatever is there, whatever is in the mind, whatever is in the creative space of what I do, I give out, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And when the final hurdle has been concluded, and I go back to listen what I did back then, I, I, I told myself, you know, I could have done more. You know, I
Right.
could have do something more. I could have do something there,
Mm.
insert something there, put something there. No, but none has been challenging for me.
Okay.
None has been challenging for me, if you want to put it in that context. But people may say that first year that I worked for Renegades in 2012 could have been the most challenging year for me. No, it wasn't
Okay.
challenging because I was prepped. I was well placed in a position where to accept the baton when it was passed on to me at that point in time. It wasn't something of a shock because I was always a part of the organization and
Right.
making sure that I was ready, groomed, and well placed in a place to to put my creative ideas onto the table. You know, so
Mm.
none of the years that I've been working with Renegades was challenging. None of the years with Pan Elders back in the day was challenging. None of the years with La Hoketa or Sour Eastside was challenging. I was just manifesting and nurturing the gift that I got from God to do what I had was to do at the point in time to bring my creative ideas to life, you know?
Right.
So it wasn't challenging.
That's good. That's good. For those that are now joining, if you have any questions, please put in the question bubble below. So what goes through your mind when it's panorama night? Like before you go on, before the band goes on, what's going through your mind at that moment?
Well, with all bands, I treat all the bands with a level of respect, a
Hmm.
level of discipline, a level of integrating teamwork into having a plan that we could go forward to each hurdle. No, we treat every hurdle um, with the mindset to to go over that hurdle. Don't break the hurdle. Don't make the hurdle fall, and just do the best that we could do at the point in time. Because it could never really thank the players who have been through these grueling days, nights, weeks, long hours in putting things together.
Hmm.
And the mindset behind it is to do the best we could do. Do the best that we could do to make sure that everybody's comfortable and
Right.
happy with no level of high animosity or no level of high tension or no grievance or no bad blood going into that event, or that hurdle that we're going to jump. Um,
Hmm.
but I've been very, very blessed to be around Panorama competitions globally, where in Trinidad and Tobago is far different from New York and St. Vincent and in the UK, because in the UK and UK, New York and St. Vincent, these are one-off panoramas where we just had to jump one hurdle and go to the finishing line.
Right.
Against in Trinidad, we have three hurdles to jump, and we could evaluate where we are, where we need to go, what we need to do, what we need to put into perspective and stuff like that. But the mindset is treat every wrong like a final round.
Mm.
Treat every performance like a final round. Don't hold back. Let's give it our all and let the jurors do their job in doing what they do best.
Hmm. I agree. I agree. How do you approach arranging for a large band compared to a small, medium, or a single? Do you approach it the same way,
Um,
or?
it all depends. This is just my opinion, right? It
Yeah,
all
yeah,
depends
100%.
on the longevity in relationship of who I am working with.
Okay.
To uh, to Renegades, I have had a long, long relationship with this organization to the point where I was a player with this band back in the late 80s into the 90s, and I left, and I know what the characteristics of this band is like and going forward,
Mhm.
and I do it to the best, where I treat it where this band is a band that needs a level of TLC, a level of tender love and care into restoring or recapturing or continuing the legacy that was done from before. Because out of all the bands I've worked with in my life,
Yeah.
BPTT Renegades has been the creme de la creme of all, because of where I have put my talents and where I've put my creative skills into. Because coming after Kenneth got Pigrom, I didn't come after Dr. Jet Samaru.
Right.
Dr. Jet Samaru was there, then Amrit came, then Kenneth Guppy Brown came, then Duvone Stewart came.
Okay.
And I was always working with the band, doing stage side music, road music. So the level of camaraderie, love, and respect was always there, but it was a matter of time to make it happen.
Hmm.
And the level of music that and the intensity that I bring to BPTT Renegades is a little more different than I do with medium band, small band, or single pan band, depending on the time span that I am working with the band with.
Right.
For example, if I go to a single pan band for the first year, I don't know the players that I'm working with. I may be hired
Okay.
by the organization to work with.
Right.
And then after, when I do such in starting to execute what I want to execute, do the music and stuff and putting ideas to context, sometimes not everybody may be capable to do what I want them to do,
Yeah.
but I also take it to the point that I make everybody feel comfortable, simplifying it and making it effective as possible so everybody could enjoy doing what they're doing. Once the
Okay.
relationship is solid going forward, we grow, we grow,
Right.
we grow, we grow. And that was the thing that happened with me with Chasm in the US. It happened with me with the Ebony Steel Band in the UK. It happened with me with Panellus too, because the first day when I came to Panellus to work with the band, I came fifth. I think for the first year we came fifth, and I got a view of what is there and what is there to work with and what is there to go forward to become successful.
Right.
And Mr. Renegades, I knew what I was getting involved with. So the level of intensity and the creative mindset and the preparation that I have for all the bands that I work with, it's not that different, but everybody has their fair share of being working with me and see what I want to get out of them and see what ideas that I want to bring to the table for them to understand what I'm doing for them to be successful.
Yeah. And that's fair. And that's fair. I just want to piggyback. We're gonna come back to it later. But when it comes to what the judges are looking for, does that change in how you prep the band or arrange for the band for
No,
each category?
no, no, it doesn't. It
Okay.
doesn't because I believe in Trinidad, large, medium, small, single, the score sheet is the same.
Okay.
The requirements that they ask for, the guidelines that they ask for is the same.
Right.
You just work around again, it's a gift that I was blessed with, and I believe everybody in the creative space of the arrangers, the 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 Dr. Len Mosey Sharp, Dr. Ray Holman, deceased Ken Fillmore, deceased Judge Samaru, Sion Gomez, Andrew White, and the list goes on. Everybody
Hmm.
treated to the point where you have a score sheet to work with what they're looking for. So you work in accordance to what they ask for. So what you do, you deliver what
Hmm.
goes on to the score sheet. So you just
Okay.
express yourself in the way best. But there are some restrictions to it, right? There are some
Okay.
restrictions to it.
Okay.
To the point that no, you want to be you, you want to be you, you want to do this, you want to do that, you want to express yourself in that light and
Yeah.
format. But for the most part of it, we get the opportunity to be ourselves
Hmm.
until a certain point. Until a certain point.
Okay. We can come back to that. We can come back
We can
to
come
that. You,
back to that
you,
whenever you're
yeah,
ready.
we come
So
back to that because we
yeah.
have. I'm pretty sure a lot of people have questions about that part. Um, so you talked about expressing yourself. What techniques or specific ideas do you use to get that emotion out of the players in the music that you're arranging, or do you have
I
any,
believe
or do you just?
I, I, I believe for me, everybody have their formats and ways of how they do things.
Hmm.
But for me, traveling traveling the world has made me become to a humble space where I got the opportunity to listen different genres of music that is not well known in Trinidad and Tobago by
Okay.
musicians on the whole. And when I go to these different countries and I listen to how people articulate music, how they appreciate music, how they approach music, I put myself in a position where I'm in a boot camp and grow ideas of how they do things with how I see I could do things, and I merge them together and I bring it on the table.
Right.
The fact is that there is no template, no book, no rule in how a panorama song is supposed to be arranged. None whatsoever. How the feeling and expression and vibe from that creative person comes to light, to bring to light,
Hmm.
is how he see it going forward. And by saying this, a man might start a song with the introduction, he's he establishes the verse and chorus, and and that is something that some people respect and some people don't respect at the end of the day, to the point where, for me personally, when I do a verse and chorus in a song, I do a verse and chorus in a song just like how the singer sang it on the recording.
Right.
Phrasing for phrasing, texture for texture, feeling for feeling, vibe for vibe. I do it like that because I want the judges to understand what I am doing. From there, the music becomes ours in terms of, after I've done the verse and chorus, I could go and do a minor one time, or I could go and do a change key modulation one time. There's no set blueprint that is out there for people to do what they want to do with a creation or idea or concept in arranging music for Panorama. So my mindset in going forward is a slogan from Star Trek: "Go nowhere where man has gone before." I like to dive into different things and get myself involved in different things with the ideologies and concept, being in a humble space while traveling and listening to guys like Richard Bona, Salif Keita, Yusuf Daw, Marima Makiba, Billy Ocean, Ibrahim Malouf, Andre White, Jonathan Scales, and all these brothers I respect all what they do, and by extension, all of them, I respect and I have great love for them, because everybody gift is not the same, because I have 5 fingers in my hand.
Yeah.
And none of the 5 fingers in my hand is the same size. Everybody has an idea and a voice to give out.
Right.
And a concept to show what they could do with the capabilities and the creative skills that they could do at the point in time in doing music. And that's how I see. That's just my opinion.
No. And we will take it. We'll take it. There's a comment earlier. X Tempo said the music speaks for itself. That's where the energy and the vibes come from.
True. Thanks very much, man.
And then Heaven Send Production says Duvone is a legend. You just gotta put that out there. Just gotta put that out there.
I know who it is. I know who it is. Okay. That's my guy, a good friend of mine in Trinidad, has been a very good support of me and watched my progress and see how I've grown in the game, Nice. Big up to Mr. Daniel Bishop, man. Thanks very much, man.
Awesome. Just to go back into Panorama and the pressures, the so-called pressures that are out there, do you feel that there's any pressure going into Panorama with any of the bands? None? You just
none
going
whatsoever.
Okay.
None. For me, there's no pressure at all. People might feel that there's a level of pressures that comes with it in dealing with it, how you navigate it going forward. And me, Duvone Stewart, I just do whatever my blessings tell me to do at the point in time. And I just go with the wind, I go with the flow, I go with the blessing that I get from God to do what I'm doing, because at the end of the day, it's about one band, one song, and we keep that tight-knit family vibe going forward, and something that a lot of people don't know behind the scene about Duvone Stewart, and the way how he do his music and the way how he do the music with the band. You see, his personality speaks volume.
Yeah.
You can't walk in a panyard with a sulky face or a vexed face and expect to get the best out of your players. Every band that I walk into, that I do what I do, it brings a happy feeling to the point where I am now responsible for 120 plus members assembled to play music unanimously across the board. Everybody in the band, 99% of them have the 8 to 4 jobs and 9 to 5 jobs to do. They may have a hard day, a rugged day, a good day, a great day, a sad day, a day that may not make that they don't want to live again.
Right.
And they come in Panya to play music and to be around an individual that they see that can make them feel rejuvenated, eliminating the things that happen on a daily basis. That is where I come in. In
Right.
all the organization I could attest to, if anybody's on the live that has worked with me, if I had shown any dull feeling or any insecure feeling or any misunderstanding feeling that you have been around Duvone Stewart, I humbly apologize. But at the end of the day, your personality counts.
Yeah.
Everybody knows Duvone Stewart to be a fun-loving individual when you come into the Panya to work with me. You know, we talk, we line, we do jokes, we do trivia, we give away prizes to the players, and you saw it that
Yeah.
you saw it when it came by
Yeah.
years, you know, and everybody had this wide love and appreciation, knowing that wow, practice done, boy. I wish we could come back again and do it, you know. I wish
Yeah.
we could do it a little longer, but I treat my players like my brothers, my sisters, my mothers, and my fathers, you know, my uncles, my aunts, my brothers and sisters, and I treat them with a level of respect to the point where if it wasn't for them, again, if it wasn't for these players, the name Duvone Stewart will have never been resonating where it is today.
Amen.
I could have been blessed with all the ideas and all the creative skills and everything to put on the table to make these players play. As long as your personality is entwined with what they want to enjoy at the end of the day, the players is who I thank the most.
Yeah.
The most.
Yeah. I agree.
So to bringing that vibe and that energy into doing what I do with my autonomy and my self belief in making everybody feel good. You know, when I come in the pan yard, you know, I knock the pan and I talk, I walk around the band, make sure everybody comfortable. You know, I hit somebody a bounce, you know, I give somebody a hug. Sometimes I might see a dull face. You know, I say, "What happened to you? Talk to me. What's the problem?" And they
Right.
feel comfortable in talking to Duvone and say, "This is this." That's where the personality comes in to help somebody to reach out to somebody to make them feel welcome. And that's something that I always tell them. The panyard is a place to make mistakes. Don't ever feel that you're doing something to make or jeopardize the band going forward with the energies to win.
Yeah.
I am here as the arranger to make you feel comfortable, to make you feel happy, and to correct all the mistakes that is there for you. But me as the individual with the personality, don't talk to them that you're better than them, or you're buffing them, or you're
Right.
embarrassing them. You have to keep that level of love and respect for everybody, because the only thing that is left for us to do is to die.
Yep.
We need to take time to respect every single individual that is in our space. So we had to take the music, bring the music, energize the music, filter the music, and push the music out to everybody so everybody could understand what we mean by what we do at the end of the day with our music.
I agree. Again, if you have any questions, we have a lot of new people that joined us. Put your questions or comments in the question bubble because I don't want to miss anything. X Tempo just said, Divine, your creative energy and overall genuine love for the art form and culture. I've enjoyed every moment playing for you and even being a supporter. Your music makes
Thanks very
a
much, man.
difference for so many.
I appreciate it.
That's amazing.
Thanks very much, man.
Yes,
That's
I
amazing.
agree.
For real. Now, when somebody could give you comments like these, you know, you see that you could move a mountain. You know, you see you could push a big stone. You could. And I keep saying this in my mind, you know, to the point where to have 120 players or 90 players or 60 players playing music so harmoniously with love and energy is like how the world's supposed to revolve and go forward. You know, and it's something that is so remarkable to be in front of a band and
Yeah.
enjoying your creative ideas come to life for the world to hear it. Some people may have a problem with me, but we can talk about it a little
We
later
can
if
talk
you
about
want
that
to
later.
talk about it.
We can talk about
Yeah,
it
we
later.
can talk about it later. But I enjoy doing what I do.
Yeah, that's amazing. So you've been in the pan community for many, many, many years. Amazing
Mhm.
many years. Where do you see the steel pan community heading in like the next 10, 15 years? Where would you like to see the pan
Um,
community?
I would love to see the steel pan community. This is just my opinion, eh?
Yeah, yeah.
I would love to see the steel pan community gain a level of respect where John and Jane public see us as musicians and respect us as musicians likewise going forward. I
Mm-hmm.
could speak for it here in Trinidad and Tobago. The level of respect that we get from steel pan in Trinidad and Tobago is not where I would like to see it after so many years of toiling of the grandmasters and the grand virtuosos from back in the day in placing an idea, a concept, a vision, a drive to go forward. And we're stuck in a place where competition has been our forte. Competition has been in our forte. If I ask you a question, and I know you wouldn't get it right, and I study these things every single day to the
Right.
point where who steel pan musician in Trinidad and Tobago has done a full complete album, individual or steel band has done a full complete album to grace the world of what we do with our creative gift?
That's a great question. If anyone
Yeah.
that's watching knows, put it in.
That's a question I'm going to ask you.
Yeah.
If you can't answer it, I stand to be corrected, and if I'm wrong, I'm stand to be corrected. But the only band
Hmm.
that I see right now, the only band or entity in steel band music in Trinidad and Tobago to do anything
Yeah.
as a product going forward is the Superior Deltones, the Heritage Superior Deltones. The last album they did with Hugh Masekela
Yeah.
called Kushome. After that, there is nothing. Everything that we do in Trinidad and Tobago revolves around competition.
I agree.
It
I
revolves
agree.
around competition
Hmm.
because competition for Trinidad and Tobago, where steel pan concern, it starts at the latter month of November and ends at the end of February or early March. And what happens after there? There is nothing. There is nothing happening. It's not
Right.
Renegades Extempo 1. It's not Renegades. I'm the musical director for Renegades, and we haven't done a recording way back then in the days.
Yeah.
And we, we, we need to take time to stamp our name and put it on the shelf. There are so many music platforms that is out there,
Hmm.
and if you type a steel band name in accordance to a recording, you will not find it, but you will find on SoundCloud what this band play for Panorama. I need
Right.
our brothers and sisters in the game to think wisely because at the end of the day, our music, our instrument have creative individuals who can compose, who can create music,
Hmm.
to create albums, to sell the instrument globally. That our creative ideas and skills can be respected globally. The only
I agree.
people that doing it right now, the only people that doing this thing right now, Mr. Andy Narell. We know he's Mr. Original Content.
Hmm.
Sometimes he may take a song from Trinidad and rearrange it, recompose it, re-perform it in his own true way, and he get good reviews from people around the world. How many people doing that?
Right.
Recently, Andre White just did an album. How many people know about that album that is available? And don't tell me I don't know because he is on Instagram. He
Yeah.
is marketing his album, but nobody ain't buying the album to support
Hmm.
the artist going forward so we could have the music on Spotify or Apple Tunes and stuff like that.
Right.
I'm not saying that the competition is a bad thing, but I want bands and individuals in the steel pan community to invest in creating music, to put the instrument and the music behind the instrument on the platform that we could see going forward.
No,
See
I agree.
that way they're not shoot on a light going forward, because at the end of the day, Panorama one day will die. It will die.
Right.
Panorama will die one day. If you see the structure of how Panorama is in Trinidad and Tobago, Panorama is an event which is funded by the government of Trinidad and Tobago, and it gives the platform for Pan Trinbago to run that event.
Mm-hmm.
If you wake up one morning in a particular year and you see that the government of Trinidad and Tobago they're not going to pump no money into Panorama, what is going to happen for Pan?
Right. No, 100%. I agree. And a lot of people are agreeing with you right now.
We
A lot of people
need
are
to
agreeing.
take the time to put music on the shelf, on the social media platform, on the music platform, that everybody could be a part of what this movement, Steel Pan, is all about.
Mm-hmm.
Victor Provost is doing it. Kareem Thompson is doing it. Andre White is doing
Yep.
it. Andy Norrell is doing it. Robert Greenidge is doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Recently, a bomb is going to drop sometime soon. I'm not the individual to reveal that bomb, but when the bomb drop, I will come on and say that I was going to talk about.
Okay.
But then at the end of the day, we in this Steel Pan fraternity, we like to lament on the past.
Right.
What happened in the past? What Bradley do? What Jit do? What Bugsy do?
Yeah.
What Robert Greenidge do? What Dr. Ray Hunman do? What Anthony Prospect do? And we not try to take these things that was built from back in the past and roll with the punches and go forward with it. I'm not against Panorama. I love Panorama, but what needs to be done is we need to take time to enhance it, to go with the punches and flow with it and take it to a different place where man has gone before, because people we missing. A lot of things that come across from the media personalities in Trinidad that works on the radio network, radio stations in Trinidad, is that they don't have content to play on radio station because Panorama songs are 10 minutes and 8 minutes. Who is going to sit down and listen to Panorama songs that long? But thank God for Earl LaPierre, Rudo Photo, myself, and a lot of individuals that are in the game, that we have started this Steel Pan music radio station that you could log on to on iTunes and TuneIn Radio and stuff like that. You could have music every day. But it boils down that Nicki Minaj music playing on the radio stations, Beyonce music playing on radio stations in Trinidad, St. Vincent, Grenada, Miami, New York, Toronto, and London. How many countries are there just called playing Steel Pan on the radio station?
Not many, if none at all.
None, if none at all. And the only man, or the only few men that have music that playing on the radio stations right now, nobody can touch Mr. Andy Norrell where that is concerned. He has a market. He have it there. He have it there.
Yeah.
Robert Greenidge with the Coral Reef Band with Jimmy Buffett. There are so many individuals in this Steel Pan family where we could trade the points of giving them the opportunity to have their voice be heard. I was listening on a platform the other day at I can't remember what I was listening on. And there's a guy called Sheldon Webster. If you go back in the days of Panas, it's a dark, slim, lanky guy with curly hair.
Yeah.
Prolific player, wicked player, to the point that this man have an album. He has music out there, and he is doing this from his heart to contribute, to bring people on board, to let us know that here what happened. This thing is not just about Panorama alone. This thing is about bringing the music going forward. So in answering your question with a long explanation what I give,
It's fine.
the thing that I would love to see is our people come together and push this fraternity further. Push it to a
Yes.
point where everybody could have an idea of what we have in store creatively.
Mm-hmm.
Because Shelena, good music, good ideas. Andrea, good music, good ideas. But who buying the albums?
Yeah.
Who's supporting the
Yeah.
albums? Understand what I'm saying? And when we talk about Panorama, Panorama is not really something that attracts people in the steel pan fraternity as an occupation.
Mm-hmm.
Because when Panorama finals done,
What is left?
what is left?
Mm-hmm.
Who is carpenter go back and build a house? Who is banker tenant go back and count money? Who is doctor go back and take out a teeth, go and take out a heart, go and take out a this? Who is a
Yeah.
pilot going and fly a plane? Everybody going back and do what they're going and do what they're leaving. We here in
Mm-hmm.
this small little box to try to come out to help to see what could go on, but yet still everybody want to ostracize and talk and bring all this negativity in the game and say this one bad, I don't like what this one doing and that one doing.
Mm-hmm.
We don't like ourselves. We
100%.
don't like ourselves in bringing ourselves out front to have the thinking
Mm-hmm.
that the instrument was really a gift blessed from God to Trinidad and Tobago, but we're not using it wisely. Again,
Yeah.
if Trinidad and Tobago wake up a morning in the steel pan fraternity that the government is not going to dispense any funds for Panorama, as said here, what is going to happen for Pan?
Exactly. I agree.
And
I agree.
everybody in Trinidad and Tobago want to have a block and everybody in Trinidad and Tobago want to
Mm-hmm.
have a jamboree. They want to have this. But here what they gonna tell you. I go provide transport, I go bring meals for you,
Mm-hmm.
you go play for 5 minutes. Thank you very much.
Right.
Come on, who does that? You could call if
Right.
he Kanye West will call Jay-Z and tell, come across, or they call Nicki Minaj, come across and come and sing this for me, come and sing this. No, baby girl, we need to make our Empire Steel Pan a business.
I talk about that
Full stop.
so many times on the show. So many times on the show. Talk about it so often.
When you ask the question, what I want to see for Pan going forward, I want to see Steel Pan as a business.
Yes. Yeah.
Business.
I agree. I agree. There's a
Don't
couple
talk.
comments and questions that came in.
Yeah,
Sherwin said, correct. Unfortunately, the bands no longer record how they used to in the 1960s to 1980s. All the bands used to record, and some even had record deals globally.
I agree. I agree with Sherwin with that, and that is facts.
Mm-hmm.
That is facts. That is facts. And there is a guy in Trinidad and Tobago, and people don't know about these individuals, and they are there. They are there.
Mm-hmm.
There's a guy called Kyle Noel. This
Oh, yeah.
guy is
Yeah.
phenomenal. He
Mm-hmm.
is phenomenal. Phenomenal to the point that he's doing his thing, he's putting his contribution out there. But the content is there for the radio stations to have. And I don't know if it was like going through the whole carnival season in Trinidad and Tobago.
Mm-hmm.
There was a little rift that was taking place between soca artists having songs on the
Yeah.
radio, and who they sensitize and who they want to play from who they don't want to play and who they
The whole
feel
thing.
like playing.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
believe I believe Andrew White submitted his album to radio stations. I believe Kyle
100%.
Noel submit the music to the radio stations.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We give them the music to play.
Yeah.
But you know what happened? Nicki Minaj never sent a track to play on 96.1 in Trinidad. Nicki Minaj never sent a track to play on 97.6 or whatever radio station in Trinidad they go. No, everybody playing it.
Right.
Everybody playing it.
Right.
Panorama went about 3, 4, 5 weeks ago. Ask any radio station in Trinidad and Tobago that say that they love culture, play the Panorama winning song for 2025.
They won't.
RCTV station in Trinidad and Tobago, if they ever play things like that.
No. Why would they?
There there is so much visual content that is on YouTube
Mm-hmm.
that a man could pull up and show on TV in Trinidad and Tobago or anyway and use
Yep.
it as a nice little thing. A nice little thing. That's to
Mm-hmm.
show you that the island is like this and the island is like that, where the
Yeah.
instrument is concerned. They don't show it, baby girl. They don't show it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But of all that everybody's saying, pan is the national instrument, pan is on the coat of arms, and pan is this and that. Okay, you kill the national bird of Trinidad and Tobago, which is the scarlet ibis, you go to jail for it.
Right.
You kill the cockrico, which is a national bird of Trinidad and Tobago, you go to
Mm-hmm.
jail for it.
Right.
The national flag, once you disrespect it by burning it, you go to jail for it.
Mm-hmm.
When the national anthem playing is supposed to stand at attention. Once you're walking around and you're doing all kind of CBD meeting and somebody see you, they go charge you for it.
Right.
But the steel pan is a national instrument. And you drive through Trinidad and Tobago and you see all these oil drums that have been replicated as garbage bins.
Mm-hmm.
And people treating it like how it is. What is it charges for it? And they call it a national instrument.
Exactly. I have so many things to say about that from what I saw in Trinidad. So many things, but we'll come back. We'll come back. Tisha said,
You want to, I could take a drink. I could take a drink.
yeah, take a drink. Take a drink. Take a drink.
Right, good.
Tisha has a question. Do you consider panorama songs to be throwaway music? I rarely hear panorama songs after panorama unless they're the winning songs.
Um, Panama songs to be thrown away? No, they should not be thrown away. And why I say they should not be thrown away, because when I started playing pan
Mm-hmm.
in Panama, it's like in the 80s, and we had a company called Pan Yard.
Yeah.
Pan Yard was a company that used to come from the US. I think it's Ron and Shelley.
Yeah.
And they used to come to pan yards and transcribe all arrangements and have these arrangements available to go to universities, high schools, college, and steel pan programs throughout the world to have available to hear the works of Dr. Len Bogsy Sharp, Jit Samaru, Dr. Ray Holman, Ken Professor Fillmore, you name it. And these songs have been iconic all over the place, you know? And they have not been thrown away, but now I don't know if it's technology or how we see things now.
Mm-hmm.
I've been traveling the world for the past 41 years with my craft, and for the past 10 years, panorama music is not a thing anymore. Anybody in the school systems internationally. If you ask me, if I ask you what is the number one Panama songs, the number one Panama song in the school systems globally, if I ask you that question, can you answer me?
No.
Okay. And I'm going to tell you.
Can anyone watching answer it?
If anybody watching could tell me what is the number one Panama song
I almost want to say hello.
in the school systems globally. There are current Panama songs being transcribed and scored for bands. There are songs that are Yeah for Love from BPTT Renegades is a song that has been transcribed and has been used in the university system. Somebody say pan in A minor. You're wrong. You're wrong. Somebody say Run Tell Me by Renegades. You're wrong. You're wrong.
How far back are we going?
You're wrong. You're wrong.
How far back are we
Everybody ready to get the answer.
Okay. All right. We'll wait. We'll wait.
You wait. Somebody say Woman is Boss phase 2. You're wrong.
It's probably something simple. We're all gonna get upset.
Somebody, look at bring the song.
Okay, so while people are bringing the song,
yo, baby girl, it has some
Pan by
brothers.
Storm?
Somebody say Pan by Storm. Nah, that is not the song. But you know, it has some brothers. It has some brothers in the game that
Mm-hmm.
have albums. Again, I'm going back to where I was before. That have albums. Wrong Again by Renegades. Not even Duvone Stewart. Even they not Duvone Stewart song. So it has some brothers back in the day that was saying that they have good content and good music out.
Mm-hmm.
I have a brother on the scene. Yo, they long time. Oh, they long time. And he have a album called Roots Rock Culture or something like that.
Okay.
I have the album.
Mm-hmm.
His name is Kareem Thompson.
Yes.
How much people know about that kid? How many people know about that brother?
Not a lot of
And that brother have
people
an
know about
album
him.
out. And ask people how many people have that album. Somebody say Pan
A lot of people.
Night and Day. People who have the
Hello.
album. You are the Danny, you are the album?
I don't, but I listened to it online.
Go and get the album and support the brother. Go and get the album and support the brother. So all those who try to find out the number one Panama song transcribed that is played in all the school systems all around the world
Mm-hmm.
is Andy Norrell Coffee Street.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
This man,
Yeah.
Andy Norrell, has been on continents where steel pan programs are, and he pushed his own thing.
Mm-hmm.
Coffee Street is the no
Yeah.
Andre. Andre now bring it
100%.
there.
Yeah.
My brother, what you see?
Hello,
Love my brother.
Andre.
I love my brother. Love my brother. But
Mm-hmm.
Andy Norrell, Coffee Street is the number one played Panorama transcribed song in colleges, high school, university, and all steel pan programs throughout the world.
Right.
Even its music is
Mm-hmm.
world globally accepted in the steel pan fraternity.
Yeah.
But we never really try to help a brother and help another brother and help another brother to get on the platform to say, well, okay, let me push this one. Let me see what you can do with this one and help this one and fix up this one and this one. And
Mm-hmm.
he do it by himself. And he push the thing by himself. No government can come and help him. The man did the thing by himself.
Mm-hmm.
Understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we need to come out, Michelle, and push ourselves. But you know, we brothers in we community, you see this, you see this, baby girl, you see this, you see this, you see the color we skin,
Yep.
we just always try to feel defeated at ourselves going forward.
Yeah.
Andre White have an album called Liberation.
Mm-hmm.
I remember what year it come out.
Yeah.
And that man still traveling the world, still traveling the US, still traveling the Caribbean, preaching about his album Liberation. How much people on this chat have Liberation in the catalog? We just like to fight them ourselves too much.
We do.
We just like to bring too much animosity and tension among ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
We just like to sit down behind a computer when Panorama going on and punch things to demoralize an individual. You ain't demoralizing me. You ain't embarrassing me.
Yeah.
You ain't putting me you ain't doing that, because at the end of the day, I know Andre came to Trinidad, he was happy, he felt contented, he's back with what he is now, and he created more music.
Yeah.
Kareem Thompson, he was in Trinidad, I saw him. He going back up in the US, create more music and do more things. We down here in Trinidad, we just like to fight ourselves. We like to fight and have this kind of attention, and everything is about a competition and who better than this and better than that, and who fighting one another and who creating this kind of level of tension amongst us. No, that thing ain't happening. Fight for how much albums you make. Fight for how much top tens you have. Fight for how much people buy your albums.
Right.
Nobody okay. Panorama 2025 just done. Was there album or something that people could buy?
Nope.
Type in Two Own Way Republic Bank Exodus on Spotify. Is it there?
Nope.
Come on, let me think, big people.
Yeah. 100%.
Steel pan supposed to be a business.
I agree.
A business. Next question.
Andre Rouse just says, yeah, take a drink. Andre Rouse says, Black people these days are actually uplifting each other a lot more. It's happening around the world. And Andre, people are looking for the link for your album. Please link it. You have Cultural Effects, link that too. Andre Rail says the infighting and crab in a barrel mentality is not prominent anymore. Fluffy says, I agree. Trinidad isn't a place. Says, can you talk about your experience where you felt as though you were being fight down by other arrangers or people in the community, and how you've overcome this? That's a great question.
I was never fought by no arranger, no band,
Good.
or no that I know of. I didn't. I've never been in that position.
Good.
But I'm good.
And you shouldn't.
I'm good with everybody that I know of. I'm good with everybody that I know of.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, that's good. That's good. Again, for those that have just joined, if you have any questions for Duvone, we have him for a bit. Put him in the question bubble below.
Now we
And
talking all night. I got talk with that. I have a
we're
premium.
okay.
Andre bought a bottle for me.
Nice.
Andre bought a bottle for me. So I have it here.
That's
cooks no long way.
That's good. That's good. That's good. You spoke about where you want to see Pan in the next 10, 15 years. What do you think we in the Pan community need to do to make that happen? You already said make it a business, but is there anything else you think we need to do to make other people see that there's value?
Respect one another and appreciate what we do in the creative space to do what we do going forward best for the instrument.
Yeah.
Respect one another going forward. Our community is small. It's not that small, but you could feel the level of tension, the level of hate, the level of animosity that the social media provides every single day, that these keyboard bandits talk about people in the creative space. And it only happens around competition. Panorama done, nobody has nothing to say. Nobody has nothing to say. But on a whole, in the steel pan community, we need to respect and appreciate the work that we in the creative space do, because nobody can walk in Kareem Thompson's shoes. Nobody can walk in Andre White's shoes. Nobody can walk in Andy Norrell's shoes. Nobody can walk in Dr. Len Boxy Sharp's shoes.
Yeah.
They go put an album and have it there for everybody to have a time to enjoy. But we ain't buying it, but we still asking, give me a copy now.
Right.
Give me a flash drive with it now.
Yeah.
So you're running and buy Jay-Z CD. You're running and buy Nicki Minaj. You're running and buy this one. You're running and buy everybody one. But your own, and it just happened, it just happened here in Trinidad,
Right.
For example, Panorama. They said pay a ticket, 300 to come in the event. You meet by the door. By gaining day, boy. When I do one day, boy, let me call Duvone and say, Duvone, about the gate, get me in. Get me in. But every 300 you spend the coming days, what paying me to survive, Jed? This is my occupation, Jed.
Wow.
This is my occupation. We don't support we think full-heartedly here in Trinidad and Tobago. We only dwell on competition as our resort going forward, but there will come a time that Panorama will come undone. It will come to an end. What is going to happen to the steel pan going forward? If people didn't take COVID-19 as a fresh breath of air to recalibrate, to refocus, how much people after the COVID created albums and created new music and put on his shelf going forward? The only person that do it that I could tell you is Andre White, that I know of. I stand to be corrected. I stand to be corrected.
Yeah. If anyone else
Andre White do want to come Trinidad and arrange for a band. He do want to come in Trinidad and arrange for no band no more. He do want to come in and do this. He have an album that he could promote because he's well known. He could promote, put it in a place where he have a school system in America, West Coast, Mid Central Coast, where East Coast, and he filter that down and he do his thing. He will make money with that.
Yeah.
He will make money with that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ashamed to say at the end of the day, I don't have no albums like how Andre and Kareem and them do. That's one thing, and that's totally true and totally facts.
Right.
But right now, what riding for me going forward, you see that Year for Love Panorama song that I do for Renegades that I transcribe and I have in schools and universities and things. I
Mm-hmm.
meet all Malaysia, I meet Japan, I meet Maldives, I meet Germany, I meet France, I meet London, I meet America, I meet all over it because everybody just call and ask, but what you was thinking, what you're doing, and stuff and stuff and stuff and
Yeah.
stuff and stuff like that. And my brother Andre White, he younger than me, and here what Andre tell me, Papi, album boy, Duvone, album. Let
I
me
agree.
rule the world, pink and the brain. Let me rule
I
the world.
agree.
And I say, well, you're Papi, I'm working on it. And yet still, I'm still working on it.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? But I don't care about, I reach a point that I don't care about the home support that I get to do my project. All I want to do is do my project and have it outside much more than locally because steel pan tend to have a lot more respect outside than
Yep.
inside.
Yep.
Duvone Stewart opinion.
No,
Who don't like it?
I agree.
Call the police.
I agree.
Who
I
don't
agree.
like
I've
it?
seen it.
Call the police.
I've seen
Steel
it. I've seen
pan
it.
gets a lot of traction outside than inside.
Mm-hmm.
Inside is only about competition, blocko, this and that and that and that.
Yeah.
Fine, it have its time and space for that.
Mm-hmm.
But the next thing, what's next?
Right.
Do you think steel pan players have to improve on their marketing or try different strategies? Who asked that question, boy?
I don't know. I was
Kenan.
waiting. There's okay, you guys.
Well, if you want to read out the question, I can answer them. I answer for all of them. If steel pan players,
So you can answer the last
yes,
one, and then I'll answer.
yes,
Yeah.
right, yes. Steel pan players need to take time to to do what they have to do to get on the game. If you continue to play covers,
Mm-hmm.
if you continue to play cover versions of songs, you ain't going nowhere.
Right.
Cover versions ain't taking you nowhere because at the end of the day, people don't understand. And this is not for steel pan players, this is for bands going forward. Every cover song that you play on a rotation in an open air or closed air concert that somebody in there to witness at the plate, they just document it and send it.
Right.
You feel the bands or the player getting music for it, they're getting payment for it? Sorry. You feel the band or the players getting payment for it?
No.
No. You don't get money for it.
No.
So all the time you jamming all night long, all night,
Mm-hmm.
and you say, I mash up the place, I mash up the party, I mash up the gig, I blow out this band, I blow out this band. Lionel Richie collecting
Yep.
everything. Everything you collecting.
Yep. 100%.
But it's not a greedy thing. It's not a greedy thing when Andre playing the music and you're playing the music by Iban. It's like we supporting we own.
Mm-hmm.
We supporting we own. We supporting what Bugsy create, what Kareem create, what Sion create, what Arden create, and then brothers and them arrange and create. We had to embrace we fraternity and go forward, Joel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
So by
I agree.
going forward that we need to adopt and create a mindset, create an idea and a perspective going forward where we could appreciate reading.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody don't play the facts is on the board. Nobody don't play panorama music after final night on the radio station. No way.
No.
No way that's happened.
It's done at that point.
It's
Sean
done. It's done. Dusted.
Yeah. Sean had a question
For
earlier.
me,
Yeah.
Somebody have a next question?
No, finish your thought. Finish your thought.
One of the best steel band albums that I ever heard, Steel Pan from a soloist, is Andy Norrell called University de Calypso. That is when he bring back Gabaska and Food Crisis and Love in the Cemetery. Well done, well done.
Yeah.
That album could play anyway. But you know the radio station in Trinidad and they don't play it? They don't play it.
That's insane.
They don't play anything. Why
Insane.
are Rangers no longer playing their own compositions in Panama? All right, this is just my opinion. Why are Rangers no longer playing their own compositions in Panama? Okay, my boy, whoever he is, I don't know who he is. Sorry if I disrespect him by saying who he is, right? This is just my opinion. Back in the day when Ray Holman said Panmen should come out and compose their own thing, and he was fighting for that, and he got through to the point where he convinced Len Mugsisha, he convinced Dr. J. Samaru, he convinced Ken Fillmore, he convinced Godwin Boyne and others, Pelham Goddard and others. At that point in time, in the radio station circle in Trinidad and Tobago, it had few radio stations that was pumping music from these said composers in the Steel Pan fraternity. Men like Phil Simmons, men like Holly Thomas, men like Erickson Bernard, men like Ian the Goose Elligon and these brothers and stuff like that, right? These 5 names I just called is brothers who was promoting culture in Trinidad and Tobago, right? They weren't singers. They wasn't calypso singers, or they wasn't soca artists, right?
Right.
Now in Trinidad and Tobago, you could compose a song. But now in the radio stations in Trinidad, they have VJs, which is voice jockeys, that are also calypsonians or soca artists. Whatever song they sing, whatever song they bring on for the season, they're going to play it on the radio station on the cycle 5 times, 8 times, 10 times. So if we compose our music and bring it to the radio stations, they're not playing it. They are not playing it.
Right.
And to go to the savannah now, you have to have a song to gravitate with the listening ear in what you're playing from what you're not playing.
Yeah, for the general public. Yeah, for sure.
This is just my opinion. This is just my opinion.
You're completely correct.
And it's because Dr. Len Mugsisha was a smart man to the point that when he sang Magic Drum and he was looking for somebody to push his song and put it over that hurdle, he called Marshall Montano. Marshall Montano, come on. One of the greatest soca artists in the world today. So when Marshall Montano could sing Magic Drum, that song played on the radio station in Trinidad and Tobago. If Duvone Stewart was a soca artist and I down in the dregs, down in the latrine, down in anything. If I sing Magic by Face for Face 2, you feel my song? I have that song played on the radio?
No.
So things like these is where we don't have a structure in place to continue the process that was started back in the day. To respect the instrument going forward. At the end of the day, the thing is about the respect for the instrument. And if you don't respect the instrument, you can't get the best out of what you want to get for the instrument. A lot of people just like to post on the Facebook page and the Instagram page and the WhatsApp page, or this tune ain't solid, or this tune and it's not worthy for Pan. Will you go and sing a tune?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
We
100%.
down here trying to, we doing it, you know. Yo, Andrea song put on, this one a song put on, Karima song put on. Don't mind lamenting on them names, because them is the men that
are doing it.
No, these
they're doing it.
We only had a touch between November and February. You see, during the year, call Andre, call Kareem, call Victor, Verse, call Jonathan Scales, call Laurel Sutler Sangi, call them brothers. Them men just totally throw the torch during the year for we.
Mm-hmm.
And when come Panama season, nobody has even come and say, well, thanks for holding me up. Thanks for keeping opportunity alive. Thanks for keeping it alive. That is how others think, eh?
Yeah.
Young T just do the same thing too. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
With the educational department, where he have a nice little thing going on that nobody don't really show respect for at the end of the day. Is one of the biggest steel pan programs that the world have today.
Right.
Along with the Berkeley and stuff like that. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we need to take multiple steps back. Go back, revisit this thing called steel pan.
Right.
Properly.
Right.
Revisit it to the point where we could get traction so that everybody could come across the board unanimously to see the worth and value of this instrument. And it has to start with Trinidad and Tobago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You can't have over 500 schools in the school system that every child that born in Trinidad and Tobago goes to school in these public schools. You have music on the curriculum and trying to tell them the instrument of choice that I will give you to learn music on is a recorder, knowing that steel pan is a national instrument. Who does that? What are you going to get out of them?
Exactly.
What are you going to get out of them coming forward? You're not going to get nothing.
No.
Ask the average school child in 5th form or 4th form or 3rd form who is Hershey Pluckrin. Ask them who is Kevin Zuzi St. Rose. Well,
No
they
idea.
tell you who Mark Murray is. They go tell you who Mark Murray is. They go
Yeah.
tell you who's one of the latest dancehall artists or reggae artists just dead, Coco T. They go tell you them things.
Yeah.
They go, but we never take time to invest in teaching our people the rudiments of our craft, our culture, our gift. But yet still, we want to chastise and do all and say all kind of things about we. We trying, Tread. We trying, you know. We trying, but we just get shut down all the time. We just get shut down all the time, Danny.
Yeah.
We just get shut down.
No, I get it. Yeah. Yeah.
And that's why I respect everybody's opinion, but I don't respond to nobody's opinion. Because we don't know we in the circle that we just be going through, Chad. We don't know what we just be going through, Chad.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Sorry.
We have a pan factory in Trinidad and Tobago called Midco. Midco just had to go and order drum from Japan, bring it to Trinidad, fix it, build it, make it, pre-tune it. Take that same pan, create Ohio, to chrome it, to bring it back into Trinidad.
It's a lot.
Is it home and steel pan, Chad? Who does that?
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot.
It's
a lot. For those that have just joined, I'm missing a lot of questions, so please put it in the question bubble below. I'm going to go, I scrolled up way earlier, and Sean just asked, what advice do you have for any young, inspiring arrangers who are trying to move themselves forward?
Be yourself.
Straight.
Be yourself, Danny, man. I don't know what to tell him again, Jen, because
that's pretty much it. Just be yourself. Just do your thing.
Be yourself. Do your thing, you know, because at the end of the day, you know,
it's all you.
Don't focus on Panorama as your forte going forward.
Yeah.
Do music. Try and broaden your spectrum, your mindset to the point. Yeah, you come from a steel pan background, but do things in a way where you could have your music be accepted in different realms, you know what I'm saying? But I just feel real broken to not be able to answer a question from somebody who see Gomez thriving, Arden Hilbert thriving, and if they ever had the opportunity to see these brothers or Andre and ask them a question on what it is to be, what how to do to be in this position, we just feel defeated. I tell you what, me.
Right.
I just feel defeated how to answer that question because yo, this journey here that we in right now
It's tough.
is a concrete jump. Yeah, it
Yeah,
worse
tough.
than being in New York, Dread. This steel
Yeah.
pan fraternity right now, it worse than living in New York because as Andre tell me, if you could make it in New York, you could make it anyway. But Papi, if you could make Panos Trinidad as an
That's
occupation,
the new
you're good
line.
to go.
That's the new line. That is the new line. If you make it out of Trinidad playing pan, you're good.
Good, yeah, you're good, Dread.
You're good. Yeah. Shaquille has a
Yeah.
question. What are some of the lessons you've learned that made you who you are today?
Never ever accept opinions, comments of derogatory to break you, to demoralize you, to put in a place to make you feel negative going forward. Because you could kill you, you could send it down in a different country, you know.
Mm,
Again, I respect each and everybody's opinions, but I don't respond to their opinions. I believe that I was blessed with a gift. I was blessed with a gift that I could use it to the best of my ability at the point in time. And when I do and I exercise my gift going forward, I feel comfortable. I feel happy. And with that happening, I try to go forward. I try to do something much more different. I try to make things happen going forward. Just picking it up to the point that I can do better than the next time, you know?
hmm Yeah.
Yes, I.
I'm trying to see. Hold on. Sorry. I'm trying to see if I missed any questions along the way here. Someone did put a question here. Um, Fluffy or Dan said, "Hi, I want to know what do you think about Panorama in Grenada and the arranging in Grenada?"
I've never really had the opportunity to dig into Panama arranging and or the Panama competition in Grenada because at the point in time when the Panama in Grenada going on, I just be in the UK
Mm,
doing ebony and stuff like that, you know.
right.
Um, I never, but I believe that I haven't heard anything to the point that could cause chaos or cause bacchanal or cause traction to the point that people don't like. So that means they're doing something good. They're doing something good, you know.
There you
So
go.
let's continue doing what they're doing. Let's continue doing what they're doing, you know. So it's all good.
There you go. Um, Sorry.
Yeah,
There was a question I saw earlier.
fluffy
I
Dan.
couldn't remember. I couldn't remember who asked, but I noticed this myself while I was in
Mm.
Trinidad. A lot of bands, or yeah, a lot of bands aren't using the double tenor anymore. Is there a reason why? Do you think, in your
Um,
opinion, they're using more
um,
double seconds than double
we
tenor?
okay. Um, I don't know the reason why for it. A lot of people say it's a very difficult pan to play.
Okay.
Um, I know the styling that was the styling that was there, the styling that was originated out of the double tenor family, the steel pan families was the um the Bertie Marshall style, and a lot of bands don't use it anymore. In Renegades, when I work with Renegades or any other bands that I work with, well, most likely, Renegades is a band that they have this full harmony and stuff going on with their music, you know.
Mhm.
They have double tenors, but it's the same pattern like the double seconds.
Okay.
I don't know what Dr. Bertram Kellman did, but the tone in the double tenors in Renegades is far, far different from the double seconds. And
Mm. Oh, okay.
I don't know what is the reason for not having the the double tenors back in. Some bands may have it, you
Yeah.
know, you never know, no?
Yeah. Some bands do have it. I also noticed the tenor bass. There's not a lot of tenor basses anymore.
Tenor basses. Funny enough, when I went to Superior Southern Stars this year,
Hmm
I saw some tenor basses. I said, "You all use that still, boy?" But but then again too, um, I remember seeing back in the day, while I was a player and I was roving from Panya to Panya to see how our Rangers operate,
Mm-hmm.
the late great Clive Bradley never saw instrument in his steel pan family as a deterrence for him to create what he wanted to create in his music.
Right.
He had tenor bass strumming like guitars. And
Yeah.
I lie, and if I lie, if I lie, tell me. This man had tenor bass strumming like guitar pans.
Right.
And I was like, wow, how he come up with this boy? This man he's a madman, boy.
Mm-hmm.
Is again, but then again too, if you had never really dig down deep into who really Clive Bradley
Genius.
a
Yeah.
mathematician. He studied maths,
Right.
so I could understand that, I could understand the way and the role and functions of how things happen.
Mm-hmm.
And that might bring me to our next question that you may want to ask in terms of judging and this kind of
Oh
things.
yeah.
But I'm willing to
That's
answer.
coming. Yeah, that's
I'm
coming.
willing to answer. We have time, We have time.
We got time. Jeremy has a question. What was the storytelling behind you choosing Bet Me this year? For example, like Year for Love.
I will never ever have a comparison to any song that I have selected to work
Mm-hmm.
with any band past on to just concluded. Never, never did, never will,
Right.
never will. I just like the concept of Beckman in terms of bringing this song to life where I could bring a culture of Trinidad and Tobago's citizens or the population to the point of we have some heavy gamblers here.
Oh,
I just take my little trip with my little basketball and my little football and this kind of thing.
mm-hmm.
And some people, some arrangers just play away, and some just do all kind of thing. Some I don't bring that whole concept, bet me,
Yeah.
and I just bring it to light, I just bring it to light to my own liking. So I just
Mm-hmm.
do my thing.
Okay.
You know?
All right.
It wasn't no pun intended, but I just had liked the song. I just had liked the song, you know. Again, and I was just my opinion. I don't know if I'd pick another song. I don't know what will happen because
Okay.
again, when God say yes, no man could say
Mm-hmm.
no, and by extension, I'm going to say congratulations to the champion band for 2025, the Republic Bank Exodus for a job well done. Big up to Can Cordis, um, Dr.
BJ.
Pelham Goddard,
Mm-hmm.
and Mr. BJ
Yeah.
Marcel for doing the song, and Mr. Ainsworth Mohammed for managing a great team of players, and Captain Julie Edwards for having the band in top form to become Panama champions for 2025.
Yes, I agree. For those that have just joined, hello, good evening, good night, good morning. We are on live with Mr. Duvone Stewart. If you have any questions for him, please put it in the question bubble below because I did miss a lot of comments and questions and I don't want to miss any more. On that
How
note,
do
Trinidad.
how
Yeah, go for it.
do renegades go about choosing their song? Is it you or a team effort
Oh,
or a
a
mixture?
mixture.
It's a mixture.
Okay.
It's a mixture. Yeah, it's a mixture of how we go about doing things going forward.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's not just a Duvone Stewart thing or what the band say they want to do, they do. Because I believe at the end of the day, I've been working with the band for many years and they have had a level of confidence in me. If I bring something, they trust me with it, they
Right.
make me go forward with it.
Right.
And they place all the trust in me because that's what I'm hired to do by the organization. And they trust me along the lines to do what I want to do at the end of the day.
Right. Right.
So, will you
Ex Tempo
ever
said,
do
would you,
own?
yeah, would you ever do your own composition for Renegades? You kind of answered it
I would
earlier
love to do.
too.
I would love to do our own composition for Renegades, but the thing that presents itself at the point in time now in 2025 going forward is that the song will not be receiving that level of airplay for the judges to take shape to.
Yeah.
And I might say something that may offend people on the chat,
You're
right?
fine.
On the program.
You're fine.
So the views and opinions and statements of what I'm gonna say
Have
is
nothing to do with me.
totally on Duvone Stewart. It has nothing to do who I am affiliated to or what
Okay.
band and stuff like that. So I'm gonna speak.
Okay. Great.
Where the judging system is concerned in Trinidad and Tobago, judges don't go on retreats. You know what a retreat is like, right?
Mm-hmm.
A retreat is like all the songs that has been registered. Judges take a time to listen, evaluate, come with a sense of purpose of what is going to be explored. But they can't predict what is going to happen because at the end of the day, every arranger has his own voice and own statement going forward in his creative space going forward. That is one. Two, the system of judging in Trinidad and Tobago for Panorama, for me, in my opinion, it needs a change. Not because of what Renegades came in 2025. It could have affected Renegades in 2024, 2023, 2019, 2018. And why I say this is because the system that they use in Trinidad and Tobago, it only goes down to the point of the probability.
Right. And we've had that conversation.
Yeah, I'm going to explain it to the lads.
Yeah.
The probability is about, for the preliminary round, there are 4 judges. 1, 2, 3, and the alternate will be decided at the last band performing at the preliminary round. How they do it? They do it. So anybody could become the alternate. Anybody could become 1. Anybody could become 2 or 3. Right. So in other words, you could have 4 different results at that point in time. For semifinals, what they do, they add 2 more judges. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the alternate.
Right.
By the end of the final band in each category, be it small, medium, and large, the judges will know that who is 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, and alternate. The next step thereafter is the eliminating the highest and lowest score from each band going forward. So you are left with 3 scores in the middle to determine a winner. So it comes like the alternate. Who select the alternate? What I was really doing here, Jed? My scoring count, my input. I have no voice here. My tabulation doesn't represent anything here.
Right.
Against the person who now becomes the highest and the lowest. My scoring counting, my scoring saying nothing. And it happens for the semi-final and the final round. It's all about the probability, because if the final results that we accepted as a judge's decision that became final in 2025, 2024, 2023, and they had used the same system of the probability, and somebody else had selected the alternate, or somebody else selected who is 1 or who is 4 or who is 5, the results will have changed.
Right.
Anybody that picked the alternate, the results will have changed. So my thing is that utilize every individual that are judging the competition and have their scores accordingly. Have it been used, have it been evaluated, have it been submitted and judged across the board, so everybody could have that said thing. That is one.
Right.
So I am for the rank system where you could
Mm-hmm.
rank the bands from 1 to 15 semi-final, 1 to 10 finals, and you get your winner. Every band, every judge scores will be counted. The rank
Okay.
score will be counted. That's me.
Okay.
That's my
Okay.
opinion.
Okay. I'll give you
The
some
next
ideas.
thing, the the next thing that I have a problem with,
Mm-hmm.
how possible it is for one man to judge two categories on the same day with a 15-minute break.
It's a great question. I was wondering that
How
myself.
possible could
Mm-hmm.
one man judge two categories on the same day?
Mm-hmm.
It's craziness.
Yeah.
It's craziness.
Yeah.
From the time you sit down behind a band and you start to listen to that band, and I look around and I look at you, and your head down writing, you missing what I was doing.
Mm-hmm.
You missing what I was doing.
Yeah.
You missing you. Oh man, who does that, man? Who does that?
Gary had a
I
question
just need.
earlier.
Just need. I just need
Mm-hmm.
a total revamp of the judging system in Trinidad and Tobago for Panorama going forward. Not
Okay.
because of what BPTT Renegades came this
Mm-hmm.
year. This was always something that I was always questioning. Because
Right.
year for love, I could have lost. I could have lost by the probability. If a judge pull, if another judge pull the alternate,
Mm-hmm.
I could have lost.
Right.
It's the same thing that happened in 1990 with Pan by Storm and Iron Man.
Mm-hmm.
The probability, because if it go back and check, if this judge was the alternate, what will have happened? If this judge
Exactly.
was the alternate, this will have happened. Renegades will have win one time, Fontclair will have win two times, Patrimonium could have win one time. It's about
Mm-hmm.
the
Yeah.
probability, and that needs to stop.
Yeah.
That needs to stop. Judge everybody across the board, give them the rank system, and you go forward from there.
Mm-hmm.
Again,
Yeah, I agree.
the views and the opinions of my comment, or that just my opinion, is on Duvone Stewart. Nobody else but Duvone Stewart.
A couple things I just saw. Again, people, if you just joined, please put it in the question bubble because I'm missing a lot. Gary just said, is there, or wait, hold on, let me reverse. Trisha said, they don't switch the judges. No, they had the same judges throughout the whole panorama, which I was questioning about. And I have some
No, they
things,
don't. They don't switch.
they don't switch.
I don't know what is. I don't know what is the criteria in how the governing body select the
Just like
judges. I don't know
we,
if it's something national
mm-hmm.
for people to apply, or if it's just a
So
just
pick and choose.
stagnant couple of people just
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
You understand what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah. I have something to piggyback off of what you just said about the judging because on this program we've talked about it tremendously on what our thoughts about how the judging system should go. So I'll let you know our thoughts on that, but after because we have some questions and comments.
Mhm.
Gary just asked, is there a panorama anywhere that has a better judging system than Trinidad and Tobago? If so, who has the best judging system and why?
Um, London tried it last year. London tried it last
Mm-hmm.
year, but it wasn't done to the full extent because they wanted to do the rank system.
Right.
It wasn't executed the right way, but I believe if we could sit months before the event is being held in various countries, but then again, too, country because the world governing body is still pan, right?
Uh-huh.
It'll come London,
Nope.
it'll go Toronto, they go
Did they go to Grenada?
send a trophy Antigua, they go send a trophy Antigua,
Right.
they go send a trophy St. Vincent.
Right.
The trophy St. Lucia. But
St. Kitts.
if it's the world governing body, if it's the world governing body of an entity, right?
Mm-hmm.
You need to put some kind of mechanism in place to have a representative be there to oversee what takes place, because a football match on FIFA rules globally is 90 minutes, 45 by 45.
Mm-hmm.
Panama and Trinidad is 8 minutes. Panorama in St. Vincent is 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Panorama in Antigua is 10 minutes. Panorama in New York is 10 minutes. Canada, 10 minutes. London, 10 minutes. Grenada, 10 minutes that we know of.
Yeah.
So
We have some people from
were
Grenada
you,
here, so
were
they
you,
can
were
let
you,
us know.
were you really governing? What you're really governing? I am
Right.
not here to abuse Pantramigo. I am not here to
No.
make Pantramigo feel less of themselves.
No.
It's the things that they do that is evident in front of our eyes that is happening that needs to be questioned.
Yeah.
Is
100%.
Pantramigo
Extepo said.
accepted as a governing body of the different panoramas around the world? No, they are not accepted. No.
Mm-mm.
Or it can be accepted. No, it can be accepted, man. What you're really governing? What you're really governing?
Yeah. 100%. Nothing.
What you're really governing? You know what I'm saying?
Nothing.
What you're really governing? You're governing what happens in Trinidad and Tobago. Fine, fine,
Mm-hmm.
fine. It is what it is. You're governing, and I don't have a problem with that. But at the end of the day, if you're the world governing body for steel pan, that means you're supposed to know who running the steel pan thing in London, who
Mm-hmm.
running the steel pan thing in New York, who running the steel pan thing in Canada. You
Yeah.
meet them, to talk to them, to have an idea with them, have a
Mm-hmm.
little thing with them,
Yeah.
to see where we could come together to make this thing a global thing.
Mm-hmm.
We don't do them thing, baby girl. We don't do them thing here, man.
Yeah.
And that's where our creativity, the ideology, and the people that make the music for
Mm-hmm.
bands go down the drain.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
100%.
lost. All is lost. All it ain't getting better, no. It's getting worse.
Mm-hmm.
Right now we're sitting on a time bomb. We're sitting on a time bomb where everything is just going to explode. Go all over the place, and all our ideas and creative skills and mindset and thing just go down the drain, because at the end of the day for them it's about the dollar.
Yeah.
For me it's about my creativity and my contribution going forward.
And that's
You ain't care
where
about me
the
then.
and
Come
that's where
on.
the thing is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tisha says, do you think there should be an independent auditors on competition night?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I saw I ain't gonna say nothing. I ain't gonna say nothing. I could go and get a refill and come back.
Yeah. Yeah. Go for it. Go for it. Go for it. Go for it.
So I ain't drinking. I ain't drinking.
Okay. Okay.
Papi, stop
Person just said,
laughing. Andre, stop laughing. Jed. I see you laughing there. I see you laughing. Don't laugh. That one nigga. That
PT
one
person
nigga.
just said, hey, Duvone, I have a question in terms of personal development. How can I start training my ears to different notes and start improvising? I really think that's the only thing that's holding me back as a player.
Well, I believe that you need to take time to listen to different genres of music, because there is something called predictive judgment against the non-predictive judgment of listening music. I
Mm-hmm.
could listen something and predict where it's going because of the normal trait that it goes to a next step. You need to think very subjective, to the point that you need to accept everything that is in front of you. Listen to different genres of music. Just go dig up. YouTube is our university for global knowledge where music is concerned. Get on it. Just type up something. Just look for something that you see that is musical, listen it, and just develop that skill.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only way I could see it starting, because I didn't have no formal training or development in such and such, until you reach by somebody and they tell you, yo, you are wonder kid. Yo, you are a great individual because, yo, you have perfect pitch. Or you could articulate this and you don't even know that you're doing it.
Right.
So you just need to take time to listen to the music that is out there,
Mm-hmm.
not just the music that is in your space that you're accustomed hearing.
Just everything.
Listen to
Classical,
unorthodox thing.
jazz.
The thing that is yeah, listen to
Yeah.
different things. Different thing from Malaysia, thing from Taiwan, thing from
Mm-hmm.
from Bangladesh and all them kind of place. Again, I just listen to them thing and I just be my soul and I how we do this, you know? How we come up
Right.
with this? How would she do this, you know? And I'm saying it's great. It's great.
Yeah. Trini Desi has a suggestion or a question. What do you think of
Okay.
7 minutes for prelims, 8 minutes for semis, and 10 minutes for finals?
I never thought about it about that sounding crazy boy. Because I gotta tell you it's sounding crazy because to the point I find 8 minutes is not enough for me to explain or express what I wanna do. But it's a
Okay.
challenge.
Right.
But it
So
puts you in a
that can go back
place
to the question I
where
asked earlier. That's your challenge. You don't have enough. You don't have enough time.
I don't have enough time to say all right, Daniel, catch me. I don't have enough time, Jay, because let me show you something, Jay. You see when you're arranging and you're putting on the music and a sweet part hit here and a lick
Mm-hmm.
hit here and a laugh way hit here and a chord progression hit here. And I'm saying this and that. Let's let me quote this, eh? My tune, my arrangement for Panorama 2025, my arrangement,
Mm-hmm.
best arrangement, small, medium, large, single. You see, Panbury two own way. Jesus
That was
Christ.
so good.
I don't know who getting vexed. I don't know who getting vexed. That is my arrangement for the year.
Mm-hmm. I don't. I was so
I don't care
disappointed
what
when I heard the
but that is
results.
my
Yeah.
Papi, I love
That.
you, no. Papi, I love you. Papi, I love you. See, you see, Panbury two own way for the whole panorama. If that tune was played by Skipper in the large, blow it, Duvone. Blow it. Blow it. See that arrangement two own way
So good.
by Andrew White
Mm-hmm.
for Panbury. Oh man, who does that?
Yeah, that was insane. Mark the Panman, just to go back on
Man,
your
I
earlier.
know a lot of people could be. I know a lot of people might be watching it
Yeah.
and vexed with what I say. But again, this is my opinion. This is my
A few of
opinion.
you agree with your
Who
opinion.
don't
A
like
few of us
my
agree.
opinion? Call the police because at the end of the day, my choice a winner for Panama 2025 out of all the categories,
Mm-hmm.
two own way by Panbury.
Yeah.
Go away, Angie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mad.
Yeah. Yeah. Mark the Panman
From the time I
said,
hear that, baby girl, from the time I text it, from the time I hear it, I text him. I say, Papi, who get your vex? Who get your vex, boy? Nah,
someone
man.
did.
No,
Someone did.
man. No,
Someone did.
man. Bad. Bad, bad,
Someone
bad.
did. Mark just said, is Pan Trimbago actually world governing body or is that just a slogan?
Pantry Big is a promoter. Pantry Big
Oh,
is not a world governing body for steel pan. That's just me.
okay.
My
Okay.
thing is Pantry Big is just a promoter because Pantry Big is not financially sustainable to run the empire of steel pan as a world governing body globally.
Right.
They don't.
Right.
Everything that comes from Pantry Big to do what they're doing is that they get a government funding to run events. And
Mm-hmm.
if they don't get the government funding to run events in Trinidad and Tobago, nothing could be done. And the government funding that they get from Trinidad and Tobago cannot assist Pan and Barbados, St. Vincent, Grenada, Antigua, nothing. What are we doing in the steel pan fraternity to attract these sponsorship consortiums globally to support
Right.
pan? Walk onto the football pitch and just go to the center of the pitch, of the top touch line, and walk around. and see what is around here.
Mm-hmm.
You're seeing Toshiba, Kodak, Gatorade, Red Bull, Adidas, Nike, Fila, this, that, the other, Dasani, this and that. You go
Pepsi, Coke.
in
Yeah.
Savannah,
Yep.
you go in Savannah, it's the BP semi-final Savannah party.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But when we in our fraternity, let's like the thing so illiterate to the point that when you see BP, you think about renegades
Right.
as BP.
Right.
When thinking about what has the other corporate sponsorship team or crew did to get on board to do their thing. Let us be there, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But it's who pump more, but who they advertise
Right.
and they walk around and see. But that
Right.
is just in Trinidad and Tobago alone. It is the world governing body for PAN, treated global. It had
Mm-hmm.
native instruments, it had Yamaha, it had Roland, it had
Mm-hmm.
all of them around.
Yeah.
Put pans in these stores, in these companies, and make it sell. They go come and sponsor you, putting in a gear. Next thing
Right.
I hear coming out 36 Nelson George Street, Port of Spain, Roland Blue Diamonds.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
We had
100%.
to do the thing correct.
Yeah.
Pan, as the question they asked me before, Pan should be a business,
Yep.
a big business.
It can
Anybody
be
can tell me
it
what's
can
the
be
football
huge.
score? Argentina, Brazil?
If
Argentina,
anyone
Brazil. What is the score? What is the
if
final
anyone
score in the game? I don't
could
know.
tell
I
us.
don't know.
Pan Takeover, Gary said, I believe your vision for Panorama may actually be something like Pan Opera, aligning the audio with the visual to tell your story. If that is an accurate perception, please expand on that.
And I believe everything what they say. I see somebody say 4-1. Who get 4? Brazil get 4? No. Argentina was. So I believe Panorama is a showcase by itself, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I believe Panorama is a showcase by itself, you know. Just to show you, baby girl, the level of respect that we have for this instrument, steel pan here in Trinidad and Tobago. Panorama semi-final, we have the North Stand, we have the Grandstand,
Mm-hmm.
and behind the North Stand, we have the Greens.
Right.
That by itself is a total disrespect to what taking place. If only realize every time Duvone Stewart go on stage in the semi-final,
Mm-hmm.
and it's take long to start because you know why? I want to make sure that all the noise around me stop. People in the north stand coming to hear panano. Them coming to bring pot of pilau, pot of
Mm-hmm.
pigtail and corn, who bring in soup, who bring in this and who wine up and who and this and that. And behind the
Right.
north stand, you're seeing Voice Day, Marshall Day, Ding Dong Day, Shall everybody day having that time. And it's a party going on in front. And it's a
Right.
big festival taking place called Panorama.
Mm-hmm.
Understand what I'm saying? But you know
Mm-hmm.
what's happened during the carnival season? Steel bands don't play in fact. They don't call steel bands, but steel bands just call them to come and play. Who
Yeah.
does that?
Yeah.
Who does that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Who does that?
100%. Yeah.
I make that literally not making no sense. We are not seen as valuable things in the cultural diaspora
Mm-hmm.
in Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah.
I don't care about the money making thing. Use your gift that God bless you with to make money with.
Mm-hmm.
Understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because soca ain't making no money no way, no. Soca ain't making no, because if you put soca in South Dakota and you
Mm-hmm.
put Beanie Man and reggae music in South Dakota, reggae music making more money
Oh yeah.
than soca music.
Yeah. 100%.
And I just always tell real people, I just always tell plenty people when I having discussions and things with them. It has some places in this world that we living in that Calypso never reached. but Steel Pan touch it. Steel Pan was respected. Steel Pan was embraced and loved by it.
Yeah.
Who local artists you know went Maldives? I went Maldives.
Right.
Who local artists you know went South Africa? And the Norway went South Africa. Yeah. Yeah. Who's local artists you know went and sing in the Albert Hall? Everybody do it with Billy Ocean. Who's local artists you know went and play for the Queen the Queen how much birthday? Andre White was the arranger for that band.
Yep.
The things that Steel Pan men and women in the creative space and bands and soloists and things around the world, the things that we just do, we don't get no respect and love for it at the end of the day because we don't like ourselves. We don't appreciate ourselves. And the story out there, you know, the news there, the news, the messages out there, Danny, the messages out there. The governing body in Trinidad and Tobago knows about it.
Right.
They know about it. Look, my boy from St. Vincent, they call him Rodney Small. He do the thing. He pushing
so much. Yeah.
He's doing
so
good
much over there.
things too. Understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Look, my boy in Cayman Islands, we name again Earl LaPierre Senior with Jimmy LaPierre and them. Them do their things there. They had their things going on good.
Yeah.
Understand?
Yeah.
What I'm saying? They had a thing going on, Jay. They had a thing going on. Come on, Jay. This pan thing will be lost. Just my opinion.
Yeah.
This pan scene will be lost when Panama is done. And I hope Panama do done because I want to see Pan go forward.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to see go forward. I want to see the standardization of the instrument.
Right. And we've talked about that too.
I want to see we have events to bring bands from all over the world to go to different countries and just showcase the instrument. I want to see the instrument perform with all the big greats of greats in the music industry.
Yeah.
You know, the singers, the violinists, the pianists, the saxophonists, and stuff like that. If it's one thing, no steel band, arranger or performer or soloist in the world have. See, Andy Norrell, the man have phone contacts, but the man does play with everybody, boy.
Yeah.
Everybody. The man know everybody. The man network with everybody. And that's what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We got to Kareem Thompson play with 50 Cent. I see that video.
Yeah.
I see he said it from that big play
that was huge.
too.
Yeah.
That was huge.
It was huge.
How much people comment and appreciate it?
Not that many. Not that many.
So I'm saying we may be looking good to the point that we're doing good things with the instrument, but
there's no recognition.
Our fertility is like an iceberg. You see the top? You see the top, and I feel it also nice.
But the bottom,
go below.
Yeah.
Go below and see how big the problem is.
Yeah.
Go below and see how big the problem is.
Yeah.
And it starts with Trinidad and Tobago loving and appreciating of what they have.
Yeah. Yeah.
No offense to young brother, no. Young brother bad, no. Young brother is a bad artist, you know.
Yeah.
He's a bad artist, you know. He come from where he come from, and I'm glad where he come from, you know. Young brother come out 2 years now. Yeah. I'm doing real good things, Shed. And Duvone playing band for 41 years. And ask a child in a school system who Duvone Stewart is.
A lot of them don't know. A lot of them don't know. A lot of them don't know. Yeah.
I say.
Yeah.
We don't
There's a question.
Push me on, Chair. We don't push me on thing and go with thing, my.
There's a question here.
I have nothing against young brother and the Marshall and the Kesson. None of them, you know.
Yeah.
We do support the own people, Chair. We don't support the own people, boy.
Yeah.
Because Andre White is American, he carrying a Panama in Trinidad. The man gifted, the man talented, the man vocabulary exceptional.
I don't understand that.
American. Come on.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
I don't understand that. It's a year
Yeah.
for music festival in Trinidad when NIU came to Trinidad to perform for World Steel Band Festival.
Mhm.
For me, that was the winner. But come on,
Yeah.
if you want to put the thing properly, a band from Trinidad supposed to be always there.
Mhm.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Look, my boy played pan for 32 hours. And up to now, he can't get certification for the Guinness
Mhm.
World. Come on,
Yeah.
Jed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Danny, the thing different, the thing different. And I know I'm going to get a real phone call when we done this interview, but
That's
I
okay.
don't care. I
Yeah.
don't give a flying poop about nothing. Because at the end of the day, I am new to this.
Right.
I am true to this.
Right.
I love my culture. I love my instrument. My instrument have given me friends and peers along the way who have respect genuinely, give
Mhm.
advice, and make them become more compatible in the game.
Yeah.
Like my boy Andre White and many of them who are in charge, Kareem Thompson, Jonathan Scales, Quench
Kyle.
Rose,
Kyle.
Mustafa and them brothers and them, Chelani, all them brothers and them, who has it as an occupation because, again, Panorama is the only thing that we have in
Mhm.
our space to treat with pan globally, and it's not something that is respected
Yeah.
fully because every individual that plays pan in steel pan for Panorama has a life, has an occupation as a pan player. And we're not going to say that we don't like it, we appreciate it because for you playing pan, for my band, Andre band, Bogsy band, Robert band, this one band, we
Mhm.
appreciate it for having our names there. But
Yeah.
when we're looking for that support after Panorama, right until October month 10 into November, nobody knows us. Nobody supports us. Nobody
Mhm.
gives us the TLC that we need to push forward. Men going in studios, making songs, making albums, creating music, spending all the money, spending this and making this a country, and nobody does support we.
Yeah.
Nobody does support we. Nobody. You know, I feel. I tell myself, you know, I tell myself, I
But
Gani. I feel I had put on a bozo and done or a cartel. Going
yeah.
going jail for 10 years,
And they come out.
go in jail for 10 years and come back out. Go in
Jeez.
jail for 10 years and come back out.
I
I'm
mean,
out.
let's not go that. Let's not go that far. So we've been on the line for like 2 hours, and my phone's about to die. Can't find my charger. But I have one more question for you. We can do a
Okay,
part two. We can do a part two some other time for sure.
no problem, no problem.
What legacy do you want to leave in the steel pan community? What kind of legacy do you want
I
to leave
want to leave.
behind?
I want to leave a legacy. What was left for me from the grandmasters and virtuosos before
Hmm.
me, the
Yeah.
point that they have paved the way. They have done so much to edify me, to give me the confidence, knowing that I can do such, and I was placed with a baton in my hand to do what I could do with my creative skill and gift, to
Hmm.
treat the next upcoming generation and what I see, what was taught to me before, and these brothers wanted to know where the instrument goes going forward. You know,
Hmm.
it's to be educated, to be devoted, to show that mindset of willingness to be a custodian of the craft, respectful of your peers going forward, and making sure that we could continuously say that we are people under the sun that are blessed with a gift to go forward to do what we need to do to push this fertility going forward.
Yeah.
Music is a mission, it's not a competition. Music is a mission, it's not a competition. And we all are
Amen.
being given gifts to penetrate these things that is in front of us going forward, that we could create and make music.
Hmm.
But at the end of the day, respect the man, respect the brand, respect the band, and respect the instrument going forward because this is all we have as an identity block in Trinidad and Tobago to the world. And we have to be very, very thankful and grateful that we have stemmed this instrument regionally and internationally. And we have devoted, we have loving individuals, we have great individuals that have taken up the instrument and have marketed it and branded it to the point that it's all about the red, white, and black, the gift that God has blessed this Twin Island state with. And we have great individuals outside of Trinidad and Tobago doing the same. We just need to come together as one fraternity, love it, respect it, embrace it, and let music continue going forward. Steel Pan in Trinidad and Tobago is not making enough content for that to happen.
Right.
Steel bands in Trinidad and Tobago, we are not creating content for that to happen. I might get buff or I might get chastised for what I'm going to say. As much as we love the Stevie Wonders, the Lionel Richie or the Roberta Flack and these kind of people, it's time for us to put our content and our music on the shelves.
Yeah.
And there are individuals in Steel Pan that are doing it. Andre White, Kareem Thompson, Jonathan Scales, Victor Provost, Robert Greenwich, Dr. Len Music Sharp, Earl Rodney, Kyle Noel, Laurel Alsan, Matthew Borg. I could go on and go on and go on, and all the names that I've called. Anybody on this chat could tell me they have 5 albums from these individuals in the Steel Pan fraternity. I give you $10,000 in the morning. Show me the album.
Right.
We don't have it. We don't support them. Steel Bands in Trinidad, including my band, BP Renegades. The only band to have a steel band recording between the year 2000 and now, locally in Trinidad and Tobago, is the Siparia Deltones. Yeah. Nobody. As Kareem Thompson say, steel band lack content. We don't have content. We don't have content to put the things on the shelf.
And that has
so
to
my
change.
Brothers and sisters is that brothers and sisters in the creative space, take a deep breath and ask yourself what your real purpose in this is about. Is it about you making yourself feel good, or you making a contribution to this art form going forward?
Right.
Because there's no iron team. We come together and ask ourselves the question, where can we leave this legacy for the next generation going forward? And now, we are not leaving it in a good place. Or we're not accepting the fact that we are putting it in a good place. Or we're not getting the respect that we are pushing as people in the creative to put it in a good place. Because nobody don't buy we music. They don't support we music. They don't support we culture. And so I'm saying, you put in Queen's Hall, you put Pan in Central Bank Auditorium, you will have 95% of the people come in and ask by the gate, call Duvone for me, call Andre for me, call Quen for me, call that one for me, I want to come in and watch your show. But Bojo spent 10 years in jail, a long walk to freedom, coming in Savannah at 4,005 and the whole Savannah ram.
Tickets bought.
We need to respect our culture, our gift, our instrument, steel pan.
Amen. Couldn't have said it better. X-Tempo, one last thing before we go. X-Tempo said, well said. Well said and much needed words to be heard. Thank you for all that you do. Love you, Duvone. Brother, we will continue to support, and all my Pan people across the world. One band, one sound. Kind of
Appreciate it, man.
ended the show on a better note.
Thanks to everybody for being on the... What's the name of the program again, baby girl?
Wow.
All things Steel Pan with your host, truly, Danny, out of Calgary. Big up my boy, Systematic, which is Mr. Sheldon Webster. Big up my boy, Andrew White. Big up Kareem Thompson. Big up Jimmy LaPierre, Flogo. Everybody that jumped on the live tonight. Trini Best 79. Yo, big up everybody. Yo. Steel Pan is we thing, Jed.
Mm-hmm.
Steel Pan is we thing. All are we here? Do I have a lot of albums? Send me 10,000. Send.
Send a picture of it. We need
Now,
a picture.
much love and
Send a
much
picture.
respect, everybody. Thanks much. I'm gonna watch somebody. Oh shit, man, me lost. Oh man,
Oh, I'm sorry.
man, me lost to Golden State. But see what Golden State is my team
Oh,
too. All right, Andre.
all right, everyone.
Yes, I.
Thank you for
Peace and love,
tuning
everybody,
in.
man. Peace and love.
Duvone,
Nice to be on
thank
the
you for
program, man.
tuning in. It was amazing conversation. We're definitely going to do a part two. We'll figure out a date to do a part two because,
Anytime you're ready, man.
all
I'm
right,
here. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here.
sounds good. Sounds good.
Thanks very
For
much,
those
man.
that are, yes, thank you. Have a good night.
You too.
Thank you all for joining in. I appreciate you. We've been on the live for like 3 hours and it was amazing. Amazing conversation. Also, I just I want to get some ideas from you guys. This year will be my 5-year anniversary of All Things Pan. I know, crazy, right? 5 years. Um, so I want to get some ideas from you guys on what I should do for the 5 years, and let's celebrate together. It will be, I believe, May. I have to figure out the date because I first started the show on May 4th of 2020. So whatever that day falls on, we will figure it out. I want you guys to celebrate with me. And again, thank you for tuning in like always. Thank you for all the new followers. Come to Saskatchewan. I need to come to Saskatchewan. Duvone needs to come to Saskatchewan. We need to do our thing there. But yeah, I love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in and all the comments and all the follows and all that stuff. So again, May 18th around our anniversary. We'll see. We'll see. Um, love you always. We'll keep in touch and I'll see if I'll come back next week. We'll see. Again, have a good night. Enjoy the rest of your week and thanks.